I think the human being isn't just like a car that, it gets broken, then you go to the garage and it gets fixed. But it's a process of transformation that enables then us all to not just go back to where we were, but actually to make a step forward. So it enables us to move on, to really step through into something new. And I think Eurythmy has the ingredients, and helps to stimulate those things that the individual needs to really help himself reintegrate, get back together, reconnect, and be able to become well and move forward.
I feel my body enjoys movement, but because I suffer from chronic pain, all I want to do is kind of clench up and shrivel up and protect the areas that hurt.
Now, Sean had a great deal of conventional therapy, operations, and a lot of physiotherapy to try to get not just his movement back and to have less pain, but to be less shocked from what had happened to him. And these hadn't evidently worked. And he came to me, referred by a colleague, because I think he was recognised for his talent and his very keenness to do something about this, because he's a young chap with a family who'd been out of work because of the shoulder injuries and because of the shock.
Yeah, so for Sean, I would say really the main aim in its broadest sense is release, really. When you've been living with pain for a number of years, it sets up a lot of tension. And you could say that Sean's inner attention is too focused, it's too directed in this one spot, not really leaving enough energy for the rest of his organism. I would say it's a little bit like a traffic jam, with all the frustration and lack of flow that goes with that, real kind of congestion in that area. So my aim is to help divert the traffic, if you like, and send it down different highways and byways, and get the whole system up and running and flowing a bit better. In fact, nearly all exercises in Eurythmy are in principle about breathing, not necessarily breathing of air only, sort of lung breathing, but in the sense of the relationship of inner and outer, and to do with rhythm and so on.
What Eurythmy allows me to do is break the pain cycle. Eurythmy allows me to focus on the areas of my body that still work, as opposed to the areas of my body that don't work so well.
Forward softly, back, listening behind, keep going forward, keep it low, back, and be interested what's out there. Listen, what's behind you, and going. Keep it a bit secret, and back. Good, and rest. Good. Do you feel getting down there a little bit? Can you feel a little bit of the weight of that?
I can't tell. It's always with me. It's always releasing.
Yes.
It's always the releasing at the end.
Yes.
I mean, physiotherapy, when I'm doing my exercises, I tend to hold the tension because I'm exercising, I'm trying to build muscle.
Yeah.
Whereas with Eurythmy, I need to do the movement and then release.
Yeah.
And try and get the pulse back in. So if I have physiotherapy exercises alongside Eurythmy, I can do my physiotherapy exercises to make sure the muscle bulk is there, and then use the Eurythmy kind of get real movement back into my joints and get this release.
It's going to come round and place, and then come straight directly home. Let's do that 2 more times. And good, good. And place. Energy and place. Good. So one has to become very inwardly active, inwardly engaged. It's not just a question of folding your arms and sticking your legs forwards and backwards, but really trying to be there in that front space, come back. Be there in that place, come back. So one's creating inner movement and quite a lot of inner space as one does that. The effect of that is to really release the breathing, really help the breathing. Yes. And no. Really mean it. Yes. Good. No. Yeah. One more. Yes. No. Well done. Good. Yes. Good. Yes.
Okay.
And important, make a space there. Be interested in that space, a nice warm space. Yeah. Okay, are you managing that? Is that all right, yeah? Good. And let it go, okay. Because this left shoulder has been so out of kilter and so much injury and so much suffering there, really, it's as if the pain acts as a bit of a tyrant. And so to help Sean bring these two sides together, the left and the right, we took a gesture, a lovely warm rounded gesture that helps these two sides to come from left and right and to really belong together and create something where they're both needed. Both sides at once, yes. B. Yes, good. Let it go. One more.
Yeah, so, I had an accident when I was very young. I was 18.
Yeah.
It was a serious road accident. And the surgeon pinned my leg back together and it all healed, and he was really pleased with my recovery. But for years afterwards, I just felt like I had a clunk. I had no spring in my step. And it wasn't until I did Eurythmy that I again learned about. It's about the pulse again. It's not. So basically, what I've been doing is walking with tension in my right leg, and tension and clunking.
Yeah.
And Eurythmy teaches me tense and release.
Yeah.
And it's that release that gives you the spring back in your step.
Yeah.
And now the same thing happens with my shoulder, because I tend to carry my shoulder and my left arm quite close to my body. So of course I'm holding it and protecting it, and there's tension there, when actually I need to learn to just kind of release it. So that's what I'm trying to do at the minute.